Hello, everybody. Welcome to this Raiders analysis. That is Raiders direct, kind of direct, sort of direct analysis. So, so there was a Nintendo Direct that happened a little while ago. It's been a little while, and I meant to get a video out a bit sooner. Some other stuff had been going on, so I haven't had exactly as much time as I'd want to get on video related stuff. But I did want to I did want to talk about this review. There's a few things I do want to talk about with this with the direct. It's like it was like just just under 3 minutes and all that, but it's like a almost 3 minute little discussion thing talking about the Raider, about the stuff in Raiders, like showing off some more stuff in Raiders. Oh god, and there's also another thing as well. Hold on, let me go find that. There's also like a bit of footage here, so I think I'll show this first because I found it because I saw this and it was like, what? It's like, what? It's kind of hard to see because it's a vertical video. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this was an advertisement, and it shows off some stuff going on here in some general gameplay. Okay, we've already seen this. This is some standard average gameplay, but then it switches off to a new clip with a couple salty tongues. We had not seen this at all yet. This is verifiably new footage compared to what we had already seen from from the announcement trailer here and the release date release date trailer. I almost want to call it a release date direct, but it isn't. It's a release date trailer. But what's shown off here is a new ability that's used up here. There's like a little icon here. It's like a little icon here. I don't know. I've looked at it a few times. I don't know what it is. I don't know. This is, but it's like another kind of splashdown type ability. It's another splashdown type ability where you lunge forward and hit the ground hard. What is this ability? I wonder. What is this ability? I don't know. But it is really cool seeing it. And we actually get a bit more from this scene as well. From this little scene of Fry lifting a fist up and all that. We actually get dialogue here. I was like, "Hey, bring the loot." We got I believe we got this in this trailer, didn't we? Yeah, right here. Yeah, but without the dialogue. We got the scene before, but without the dialogue. Now we get the dialogue. And same thing here as well. Same thing here. We've already had this scene already, just without dialogue, and apparently it does have dialogue, this time from Big Man. Hey! And Fry's ready? And I think it's supposed to say, and Fry's ready? Or something like that. Now we got, this isn't exactly new. This was from a while ago, but I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to bring it up. So yeah, we've already had this dialogue. We already had these scenes. Didn't know they had dialogue. Probably figured that the thing here probably had dialogue. I don't know. But yeah, no, we had that. That was cool to see. There was to see a bit more about these scenes, and to see this new splashdown type move, this new splashdown style move. It's kind of cool, but that's just a little side. That's like a little extra thing. That's not really the main point of this video. The main point of this video is not to talk about a singular little bit of footage. It's to talk about 3 minutes plus 22 minutes, so 25 minutes of footage. 26 minutes of footage of more stuff. If I manage to make an entire hour-long video out of a 3-minute video, just imagine how long this video is going to be. It's probably going to be a lot shorter, but because there's not as much as I want. I don't think there's that much more that I want to talk about, really. I don't think I really want to talk about that much more. A lot of the stuff, honestly, you got a bit more answers relating to some of the stuff I asked, and we actually do get to see it. I'm pretty sure it here exclusively. But I don't remember off the top of my head. I just rewatched this footage. I just rewatched this direct, but like I don't actually remember off the top of my head if we actually get like what about the thing, like, but yeah, let me just go through this. I'll cut it all down to like the points where I'm actually just talking about something significant. So there's no need to worry about like there just being a bunch of like me watching a thing. It's primarily just going to be me talking. So, you know, it's probably because I haven't been paying that much attention to social media when it comes to art, but I have yet to see anyone make art of this pose for Fry. Like I have yet to see anyone make art of this pose. Come on, Splatoon fandom. Where are you with this pose? Come on. She looks so goofy. I've seen art of Shiver. Like this. But Fry, I've not seen any Fry art where she's in this pose. Like, come on now. Come on. Get to it. Get to it, Splatoon fandom. So, this is new here. This is new. I checked back here. By the way, pro tip for those who don't know, if you're on a device that has a keyboard, the comma and period buttons, they allow you to go forward and backwards a frame. The comma button brings you back a frame. The period button brings you forward a frame. But yeah, if I'm remembering correctly from this trailer, this was all we got. This was all we got for the Raiders map, for the map of the Spiralite Islands. We did not really have much in the way of like anything relating to this outside of like the stuff already shown here. But now not only do we have more, like we get to see more relating to shut up. Not only do we get more here, like not only do we get to see more with this direct, we also get to see
Spiralite Islands.
That like we can hover over the thing, press I guess A. The fact that we can like select the thing here and like there's like a raid button. I think this is like a raid button. Like oh, this is like to select the level and to go play this level. This is and all that. And Salmonid level 4. There's Salmonid levels now? What? You're telling me that there are Salmonid levels, meaning I'm gonna guess the Salmonid level means the higher the level, the more Salmonids there are. Meaning, like, there's gonna be like meaning like a salmon level. I guess like maybe a Salmonid level of 1 is like there's like a few Salmonid every once in a while, every 10 to 20 seconds you might encounter like a few Salmonids, like a few lessers like Chum, Cohox, and such. But like a Salmonid level 5 or level 10 would be like hazard level max in Splatoon 3 during a big run. In like so much fish. There's just so much fish that a Switch 1 would explode. this does give us a lot more information than we had before. Kind of cool the information we got. Like it shows the salmonid number up here and over here. So, my assumption is the higher the level, the either the stronger the salmonids or the more salmonids there are, or maybe both. I guess. I guess that's what would be. I don't know. We'll see.
All right.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Wait, do they all jiggle?
All right. Time for a quick.
Oh my god, the salmonids move! Okay, so you know how I pointed out that there's salmonids on the map last time? If you look closely, you can see little salmonids on the map here. Like there's salty tongues and some chum here, a stinger here, scrappers up here,
These
stuff like that.
landmasses, this-
Yeah, chum here, some big shots here. Is that a steelhead? Yeah, it's a steelhead. So yeah, like there's a steelhead here, big shots, stinger and all that. If you look closely,
Spiralite Islands.
look at them.
All right.
They're all shaking. They're all like jiggling. They're all jiggling. They're doing a little jig. They're dancing around, having a good time. Hell yeah. That's really that's kind of funny. I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't expecting that. We got the name for the thing. Apparently this thing's called the exploration bot.
There's one that continuously fires ink after it's placed.
Yeah. And then this flat
Another
shit
that slices through enemies.
and this
Another
thing.
that spins.
So we got the names of two more of the gadgets now, which is pretty cool. So we got the shot pot, which I'm pretty sure that's a riff on pot shot. And then of course we already knew about the splat shit, but we didn't know the name of the splatolites. We knew that this thing existed, that this ability existed. Didn't know that and that this existed. We didn't have the names for them, but we had the name of the splat shit. So this little turret thing's apparently called the shot pot, which is pretty cool. And this is called the splatolites, the little things that orbit around you. And we get more information on this, and we also find out about another gadget as well in the Treehouse gameplay video. But we'll get to that in a minute. So.
And the best part?
And there's also this little thing here that we see at this segment. There's the shot pot there, and then we have this little thing that's
You can use them together.
this is a little bomb. This little bomb thing. There's little bomb things there.
It'd be nice.
And these things here are also new. We get the names for these later for these in the Treehouse video, but like, oh god, but we don't know what these are called though. These honestly look pretty cool. I'm gonna be honest. These little bomb things honestly seem pretty cool. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how what these are called and what these are called and how many bombs can you actually because it seems like if you look here there's little lines, little connecting things that seem to connect to 3 separate bombs. I think there's a bomb right there, because so we get to see there's 3 here that all explode once enough damage is sustained by these bombs. But what's the maximum that we can have? How many do we get when we first get the gadget? Do we get to just continuously increase how many bombs we can throw out, or is it a maximum of 3? Or does it start off as 3? Who knows? Oh, there's also that. I'll talk about that in a second, because it becomes a bit more prominent later. But there's also this big guy that does a big killer whale. The fact that that salmonids have figured out how to do that organically is honestly kind of scary. No. Okay, no. Now that I'm really looking at these two, this guy and this guy are different, I think.
So,
I guess that guy would be called a Screecher or something. I don't know. Yeah, you can definitely see like this guy has got little crystals on his back. He looks kind of like one of those vulture guys, one of those vulture salmonids. And this guy looks like a salty tongue, but with a lot of salt. It's like he dunked his head in a bucket of salt or something. But yeah, so this guy here is a different boss from this guy. I'm gonna assume that these are all different, like, king salmonids. We get to see how this guy attacks. We don't get to see how this guy attacks, but we get to see how this guy attacks. Sub-level 1. Why is there sub-levels in my Splatoon? Oh, and in this little section as well, the the tong chums, the chums with tongs. My goodness, the chums with tongs. Watch out, he's going to grill you. God damn, this, honestly, like, these areas all look cool. The bosses, these little boss battles all look cool as well. And it looks like, from what I can tell with this boss battle, wait, is it a counter that goes down?
this is tougher than it looks.
Oh my god, it's like an actual king wave. It's like oh dear god. Oh no. Oh no. I hope to god it isn't like we don't have to fight like a triumvirate. Oh no. Oh no, that is bad. Okay. I'm going to hope that because like, now that I know, like, you get 100 seconds to kill. Like, I just saw the timer. This thing here is a timer. And I just saw it take down like an actual, like, the timer you get with salmon run waves, where you get like 100 seconds. Oh god. Okay, hold on. I gotta look it up. I gotta look up something. Kohozuna. I'm going to assume that that's its HP bar, essentially. That this is essentially, like, you have to get this counter here up to 1900, like 1900 here. You have to get these two to match up. And I assume that's by dealing damage to salmonids and all that, not just the boss.
Tougher than it looks.
Yeah, okay, it looks like you just gotta collect, that's like how many power eggs you need to collect before this timer hits 0. The reason why I looked up Kohozuna and saw to specifically look at his maximum health, and to look at its maximum health, is because I was wondering if that was like its HP, or if it's like, or if that's just, but it seems like that's the power eggs that you gotta collect in time before. Well, you gotta collect like a certain amount of power eggs before this timer here hits 0, and it looks like you get like 3 lives to do it. And also, I'd like to but I would like to also point out that we now know what this little bar here does. We now know what this little bar here does. This little green bar. How I theorized it might have been like a health bar or something like that. It is. It is an actual health bar. Like, if you haven't seen the direct yet, like, pay attention to the bar here as the mechanic takes damage.
So to recap, do not underestimate the salmonids. Yikes.
It went down and then it was acting like a health bar, and now it says danger because they have just taken enough damage to have their armor be broken. That and all that, and once that happened, this went from like showing a number to being danger. So, and we'll see a bit more about how that works in the treehouse thing, but that's cool that is an actual, like, that's an actual health bar. And this, we'll see a bit, I think we'll hear about this in like the treehouse. We'll see. I think we see this like talked about in the treehouse, that about what this actually does, like the latter section of it. But yeah, this is, we now know what this bar does. We now know what this bar does, and this bar as well. And yeah, so there's so much, and there's so much going on in this scene as well. We get to see, I want to call these guys king salmonids because that's like what Kohozuna and the others are called. So would this also be a king salmonid? Would this also be a king salmonid? Are we like seeing new king salmonids? I don't know. However, this is cool.
Through battles, you.
Oh god. And the fact that we get oh god, I think we saw this in like yeah. So we see in this direct that there's like we're in this snowy environment here. We also got these things here showing other environments that we're going to be going through in the game as well. Like we got this lava environment here, this kind of underground area with pipes in the walls, and this little more kind of traditional Octarian level type thing, but it's also kind of a mix between like how like an Octarian, how like Octo Valley levels would be, or Octo Canyon levels, and also kind of like that ending section in Octo Expansion as well. It was kind of like resembles something like that. I'm guessing this is like again, this is old news. This has been here for a while, but we get we get this little thing, and it kind of looks like that this is like that we kind of like we might have like came down like from above and landed here and all that, and this is like a little like bonus area for us to explore. I think this seems like it would be like a bonus area as well. This is also kind of reminiscent of some of the other levels in Octo Expansion as well, not even just like the that one part of the ending sequence. It is also kind of reminiscent of like the some of the other levels, like the 8-ball levels in Octo Expansion. Oh, and there's this little video as well. Hold on, this oh yeah, browser has been okay. I just had to check. Yeah, and there's this little video, and there's this little video here that shows off more like the lava area. We get to see more of this little lava areas, like lava pouring into a big like stock pot here, and like other stuff. There's like little stuff like something. There's a bunch of ramps here that kind of look like that one side order level. It also kind of shows off more stuff relating to the kind of shows off a bit more stuff relating to like this menu that we saw in the first like in the release date trailer. In the release date trailer, we saw some of this stuff here. We get to see more stuff here in this as well. But primarily like I want to point out like the fact that the environments. We get to see more. We've gotten to see like samples of a bunch of the different, like a few of the different environments we're gonna be in playing this game, and we get to see a bit more of the stuff here with this, with upgrading and tinkering with our like gadgets, so tinkering with the splat shit and all that. Yeah, these areas honestly look really cool, and so I'm definitely excited to explore. I'm definitely excited to see how all these levels like play out. What is it gonna like? I definitely know for a fact this is like gonna be a really stupid thing. I'm gonna intentionally lose a life, and jump directly into the lava. I know that's something I'm going to do. I'm going to intentionally drop into the lava to see what it does. How do I? Because we don't exactly like Inklings don't exactly mix with water too well. They don't like water. They don't like water as much. They can't swim in it. How does that apply to lava? I'm going to put the mechanic through so much pain. I swear. The mechanic's going to want to fucking the mechanic's going to want a new job within 5 seconds of me playing the game. I just know it.
We'll also get stronger by leveling up.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. There's also that. there's also that the little bar that you have here, the additional bar, um, this bar here, you can't really see it too well, but the level 21 with the little this little green bar here, that actually like that green bar is our experience bar, and we get to and we get more experience the more we fight the salmonids and stuff. I assume it's us fighting the salmonids specifically. The more we fight the salmonids, the more we splat them, stuff like that. And like stuff relating to combat and not like just like breaking boxes and other stuff. The more we actually fight salmonids, the more experience points we get and the more we level up. That's what I'm assuming. And as we see here, it grants us more HP and damage the more we level up, and we get a little mechanic token thing, whatever that is. Oh, and I also you remember if you've ever played any of the single player stuff, if any of you guys have played any single player stuff, you remember how the text is usually at the bottom of the screen? Like it's usually at like the bottom, like kind of like with the characters for head and name and all that. Like it's like how it is like normally, like here, or how it is normally like here, where it's at the bottom, the name here, the character head here, text here, and the whole like text box is kind of would be kind of like stylized around the game. Yeah, apparently when you're in a level, it's over at the side instead sometimes. I'm gonna guess it's like sometimes. It might be like all the time or something like that. Like when you're in a level, but like the fact that they shifted over from the bottom of the screen over to the side. That's kind of interesting. I wonder if that's like for a very specific what reason that is. Like what specific reason do they have to do that? Like I assume that there is a very specific reason for it. But what is that reason? Is the reason like, oh, there's too much action going on in the text box being at the bottom of the screen. At the bottom of the screen, like down here, is a bit too distracting for players. And over the course of like 10 years of making Splatoon stuff, we've learned that okay, maybe we should have the text box over here if we're gonna have the characters talking to the player a lot. I think that's kind of interesting that they did it like that. I wonder if that's kind of like the reason they wanted to be less distracting, less like less give you more of a chance of like seeing the dialogue while fighting the salmonids and stuff like that. I wonder. I do wonder. Yeah, it says it right here. I kind of forgot about that because the stuff has been kind of blending together due to how much I've been looking at this stuff. But okay. So these are called skill points. Yeah, okay. And we get to use these to like upgrade our health a bit more, to upgrade our weapon damage, our gadget bar slots. They just get to use those to upgrade our stuff pretty much. It's not so after like all this normal stuff, there's just the comics that they announced they announced the special Splatfest. I'm excited for both. I'm excited to see to read all the comics, all the little comics that they put out for the little prelude to Raiders. I think I might also go through and try and get screenshots of all of it, so can make sure to like keep it preserved. The Splatfest, that is, I'm very much excited for that, and I think I think I'll put up pictures of it, but like there's also a special thing going on with the Nintendo Switch Online app on the console, on the Nintendo Switch console, where I think if you participate in the Splatfest, your Nintendo Switch Online thing switches over to a Splatoon Raiders kind of theme, and depending on which team wins, the Switch Online app will actually recolor itself to the winning team's color. So, if Team Speed wins, it'll color itself to blue, orange for Team Power, purple for Team Technique, stuff like that. So, that's cool. That's cool. That they also have that going on. I'm definitely excited to see that happen live. Might even and all that like how see the whole thing happen in real time. It might even like go and show it off on stream when it does happen, just cause it's cool. So that's pretty much everything with the direct. Now we got the gameplay video. Now we got the gameplay video, and of course, again, I'm gonna be cutting out pretty much all of me just watching, and it's just gonna be keeping in like me talking about like important stuff, like in talking about stuff that I actually deem like kind of important to talk about. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, you're not gonna be like a whole 20 minutes thing, plus like 80 minutes of me talking. So it was just gonna be the 80 minutes of me talking.
Some other creatures have kind of evolved and made their way back onto land. Most notable.
That's awesome. The speak button. I very much. Why is this the first game to actually have a speak button? Like, come on.
Things about swim form is also that you reload.
I like how the. I will say I like. So, I kind of like that they don't immediately that the game doesn't immediately tell you what this shards are. You already know they're called the spiralite shards, but but here at the beginning of the game, I assume like this is the tutorial level and all that. Like this is called the mysterious shard, even though I'm pretty sure we know that already that they're the spiralite shards. They're called spiralite shards. Also,
Things, right? Like,
also this little section here.
can't go up there, but
Look at that.
put some ink on it.
Look at it as he shoots the wall.
I love this like animation that
Look at it as he shoots the wall. It's like the ink like going down the wall. Like excess ink. We've not had that effect before. We've not had that effect before where if you're shooting like at the wall and all that, little like excess ink will like travel downward on the wall. Like yeah, that's happened before. We've had that since Splatoon 2 where like if you shoot the wall, or I think it was Splatoon 2. It might have been Splatoon 3. I don't remember. But like I remember it like the ink would like start like kind of pool down the wall and all that, like kind of trickle down the wall. Now we have more. It's like a bit more like pronounced with that little animation, and I really like that because like beforehand it didn't have that little animation where like it's kind of like pulled up in one spot and then like kind of went down the wall. It just went down the wall. It didn't have that little animation at all. It was kind of weird, and I didn't exactly. And I've always kind of thought it was weird, and the fact that they've now are like like adding that little detail there is really cool. I really like that. Oh, in this section here, look at the health bar. Look at trickle down a little bit. It's like going down super quick. It's like, but yeah, so like it trickles down really quick and all that, but it goes up real quick as well. So yeah, like that bar there, like it trickles down a little bit if you're in ink in salmonid slime ink stuff. But it quickly trickles back up once you get back into your ink and swim form and all that. You heal up really quickly after, kind of like it just kind of visualizes a bit more about with like what's happening as when you like when you start actually healing up in your own ink, which I find pretty cool. And also this design for little balloon things that explode once you shoot them, and like leave a like kind of ink a big area around them. This is I kind of like this design here.
Like numerical health actually was, but actually it's pretty key in this game, so that's been added to the.
Oh, and the fucking physics objects as well. Watch how this explodes. These things here just kind of fly away.
But actually it's pretty key in this game, so that's been added to the UI.
That's really cool that they have I really like the little attention to all the attention to details that they have, like all the little details that they put into the game, into games like into these games. Oh, and this thing here. Oh, this little surfboard. I was talking when I was talking about this thing for like an hour. This thing here. I was on this wide shot, and I was wondering. How do you get across these sections of the, how do you get across these sections of water? You can vaguely, if you look real closely here, you can kind of see it, I think, but but we don't, we finally know what exactly we're using to get across the water here.
That's been added to the UI.
It's little surfboards. It's little surfboards. That's so cool. I love it. I love it. This little surfboards. Oh, you can recover ink on them. You can move them from side to side. That's so cool that you get to just recover ink. You just get to recover ink like that. It's awesome. Oh my god, I love it. I love that they went for that as like a as like the way, like the method, like the way that you get across the water, that like that's how you do it. Cause like that's so cool. It's like really, it's a really cool and clever solution. Like again, you can just barely make it out here. You can like, now that we know what it is, you can barely make it out here.
They are fiercely territorial, and I don't.
That's an understatement.
Tongue, which see its tongue right there.
They got a lot of help. Oh god! They hit pretty hard, so do not try to like stay away.
Yeah, it seems like the experience thing is like purely, if you is purely by fighting salmonids, particularly once you defeat a salmonid, you get a certain amount of XP. Let's see how much XP this. How much? Yeah, 100 for, yeah, 100 for defeating a salty tongue, but 10 for the chum. It seems like that. It seems like, so yeah, you get like 10 for lessers, 100 for bosses, I guess. It seems like the weapons just kind of appear. So that's cool, I guess.
Which is also new for the Splatoon series. You get weapons.
I wonder if this is just a one-time event, like this Splattershot. This was it I forget what the name is of the Flamingo Splattershot Junior. I wonder if that's like a one-time like occurrence where it just appears, or if that's like how every weapon's going to be, where they just kind of appear after you do something, or if you actually do have to go through and actually like find them, like scour the land and actually find the weapons. I do wonder if that's like how this is actually going to go, or what. I don't know.
Couple. Let's start with the one on the left shoulder, the spin wheel.
The spin wheel. So yeah, okay. So now that we're here at this section of the video, this is the other guy. This is one of the gadgets we saw in this trailer. I don't remember where exactly we saw it off the top of my head, because there's a lot of stuff going on here. There's a lot of stuff going on in these trailers. I think it was it was after this. It was after this. Yeah, right here. This thing here. This. We finally we know what these things are called. These are the spin wheels.
If I press and hold the button, I can lock on, and kind of it'll like steer its way towards that target.
Yeah, that thing's the spin wheel.
Especially with boss salmonid.
And I think in this footage, like they have the spin wheel. Yeah, the spin wheel. It says right there. That's the spin wheel. That's the splat shit. That's the splatter lights. They only have these, but. There's and all that, but honestly, the spin wheel does seem useful. I'm definitely not gonna say it's like I don't know if I personally would like using it as much. I might find more use in maybe that forward launching splashdown, maybe alongside using the splatchit, like use the splatchit and the forward launching splashdown as my gadgets. I don't know. I'll definitely be experimenting a little every time I get a new gadget. But yeah, and I think there's also another thing hiding in here as well, and that is the sheer number of duplicate weapons. Holy crap! And I can actually tell you what all these different weapons are like based on as well. So far we, if I'm not mistaken, we have seen the Splattershot Junior, Blaster, Slosher, Roller, Octobrush, and the Charger. I think that is 7 items. 7 weapons. We've seen all 7, but apparently we can have duplicates of these weapons. we could have duplicates of these weapons. And the weapons that we got here, in this screen here, we got a splatter shot, a plastic bottle splatter shot. We got a splatter shot. We got like, what was that? 2 splatter shots. We have 4 blasters. My God, got 2 big swig rollers, at least big swig roller looking things. We got 1 slosher and 3 squiffers. So yeah, that's cool. And also, I just noticed this. What the hell? There's 4 now? Wait, what? I just noticed that. What? It was 3 here. Where they have the... Oh yeah, Splatling! 8. Splatling, I forgot. But there's now 4. Does that change?
Defensive.
Oh my God, it changes. Oh my God, it changes. What? Okay. Okay, so... Okay, again, I have just noticed... What is that? What is that? What is that? What is that up there? It's now got 2. It just had 4. Now it's got 2. It goes up to 3?
Got a third one to show today. I'm gonna quickly
What?
replace
It goes back to 2. What is that thing? What does that button do? What does ZL do? What does ZL do? What is that? There's a show here. But... Oh! Okay, so I was right. It is like the lower the number, the lower the salmonid level. Like the lower the number, the less salmonids there are, and I guess the less dangerous they are. I'm gonna guess at the salmonid level dictates how frequently you're going to encounter salmonids, how just generally the amount of salmonids there are. If it's like level 1, there's going to be like very few salmonids. If it's like level 10, it's going to be like a lot. I think that's what it's going to be. Main salmonids, salty tongue. That's a lie. That's a lie. Chum, actually. But whoa, my God. It's even more stuff for us to look at. Even more details. Like it shows us the salmonids that you're going to encounter there. Is that like...
and we're gonna go to.
Oh wait, no, he's already completed all of those. He's went all the way up there. Oh, and the music too. Damn, bro. Wait, hold on a minute. Wait a minute.
Gonna set up really quick at our treasure
There's none there.
map. And we're gonna go to.
It also shows sunken scrolls, and I'm gonna guess he's got them. They got this save file shows us having the sunken scroll and a compass. What's the compass? What's the compass do? What's the significance of a compass in this game? But yeah, anyway, but yeah, see down here, it shows us the. I'm gonna guess this is after we complete the level. It shows us what the main salmonids were, because I don't think it showed us that here, right? Yeah, it doesn't show it here. It doesn't show it here. So it doesn't show us like the sunken scroll thing, the compass, or the main salmonid. So I'm gonna guess it only shows those after we've completed the level. So it's like us documenting, okay, there are scrappers and stingers on tomato rocks. So yeah, that's interesting that they actually show. I guess after completion, they show you what was like. They show you just more information about the place you were just at. And this is kind of cool.
Really kind of the most important part of this game, and you're gonna
Look at that. Look at that.
You definitely want to go out of your way to make sure you're picking some up.
Like you can jump down like normal and all that. However, you jump on the bot, you get a little floaty thing. Little floaty, you get a little floaty effect if you jump on the little bot. That's kind of cool.
Could not have aimed your way up that one.
Actually, I think that might make like movement a bit easier. It's also kind of. This is very specific, but this is very like reminiscent of the Pearl drone glide thing, where like if you if you press the jump button again after you're in the air, you can actually start gliding using Pearl Drone. It also kind of functions similarly to what is going on there, where you're just kind of gliding down if you jump on the bot and get launched up. Like you get launched up by the bot and you start gliding down instead of falling down like normal. And the way it works as well is very similar to the Pearl Drone, where if you're just gliding along, you don't press and you're just doing nothing but holding like doing all this, like holding down the jump button, like you press the jump button and jump button twice to initiate the glide, and like you're just doing this, you're just gonna glide down. But you start going, but then you go into swim form, even just for a fraction of a second, the glide cancels. So that again, it's kind of reminiscent of the Pearl Drone, of like gliding with gliding with the Pearl Drone. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And now, a very appropriate time to talk about these things. Hold on. So, I theorized that these big eggs, these big power egg looking things, I theorized the last time I talked about the Raiders, talked about Raiders in a video like this. I theorized because when it got to this section, that what is that thing? What is that thing there? It's but it's usually usually 3 golden eggs spawn from a boss salmonid. However, those are not golden eggs. And I theorized, what if it's kind of like a 10 ring from Sonic, or a multi-coin thing, one of those multi-coin things, like a blue coin from Mario or a red coin from Mario, where it gives you multiple coins for collecting it. What if it's kind of like one of those things? What if it's kind of like one of those things? And I was right. Look.
Enemy would have kind of made its way up to me, but of course, Big Man was on the case, so I didn't have anything to worry about there.
Those were multi power eggs. They actually, those boss salmonids dropped multi power eggs that you can just collect and get a bunch of power eggs at once. And they filled up the little meter there in the corner here, which is really cool.
It's really helpful. Yeah.
Oh. And now he's fully charged the little meter there. He's charged his little meter there, and the little thing here is smoking.
Notice we've been picking up those big orange looking eggs. Those are mega power eggs.
Yeah, mega power eggs. That's right. That's what they're called. Mega power eggs. I forgot. Again, it's a lot of stuff, a lot of Raiders information in my head that I just can't keep track of anymore, because I've been studying these these trailers for a while now.
Trailers, you may have seen this before, but basically do a move called a showstopper.
Yeah, showstopper. That's the showstopper meter. You charge him by collecting power eggs, kind of like in Splatoon 3 hero mode, where if you collect enough power eggs in this throughout the levels and all that, you can press a button in the hub to activate to try and power up your small fry companion, your little buddy, and all that, and you can throw it. It's kind of similar concept of that, but instead it's combining that concept with the special meter, and calling it the showstopper thing. It's the showstopper meter. It's essentially a special meter that gets charged by power eggs, which has some lore implications, but oh well. I will say, when it comes to the showstopper abilities, we've only seen Shiver and Big Man's showstopper abilities. I assume, given context clues from Splatoon 3, that Fry's showstopper ability is probably not too dissimilar from how it is in Splatoon 3. But I would really like to see what the showstopper ability is. If they just hold it off for when the players actually play the game, they get to see what the showstopper ability actually is for Fry, that would be fine with me. But I'm definitely excited to see what it is, because they haven't shown it off yet. They've shown off the other two. They've shown off Big Man and Shiver, but no Fry. At least as far as I'm aware. I might not have looked at the trailers closely enough, but I'm pretty sure I have looked at them pretty close. But I still might have missed it. Oh god, and this whole thing is pretty cool. I do wonder if the pose here changes depending on if you're like an octoling, an inkling, if you're a masculine inkling, a feminine inkling, masculine octoling, feminine octoling, if it like changes or if it stays the same. I'd be fine if it just stayed the same. Like yeah, yes, queen, slay, but like. But like, I do wonder if it's like species and if it's like species specific, if it's like gender specific. I don't remember the other word for it, but like, kind of. I've been playing a lot of Splatoon 2, recently, and Splatoon 1, because there's stuff going on. There's like with all that, but so yeah, so I do wonder if it's like specific to which character type you pick. If it's like if you pick the masculine inkling, it's like different from how it is here with the feminine octoling. And if it's I wonder if it's like every specific different kind of if every different specific kind of character has a different like pose on the exploration bot. I don't wonder if that's like how that works, if that's like how that is, or what. But yeah, I think that's pretty much the end of the treehouse. Yeah, they just kind of show off the amiibo and all that after this. So yeah, and that's I think yeah. It's like 2 hours. I've yapped on for a long time. That's for sure. I'm probably gonna cut it. I'm probably gonna cut down everything I've said a little by a lot. I'm probably gonna cut down what I said by a lot. Just so it's like not as long because it's like holy crap. But nonetheless, that's pretty much everything I have to say about the about the new well, not the new trailer, but the new like the new gameplay footage we have in the direct, the new like gameplay footage we have in the Nintendo Treehouse live thing. That's pretty much everything I have to like I've noticed or like any thoughts I have about like anything. Just yeah, so again, I know my video is going to be like the longest out of everyone else's, so like there's no way I can get around this without just like fully like just posting a reaction thing, which honestly I've not had the chance to really be able to do that because I keep watching these things initially like when they first come out without recording. I keep doing it. So I end up just doing these little analysis things. But yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching me yap for probably close to an hour, maybe hopefully 40, closer to like 40 minutes or something like that. Just talking about like my thoughts on everything in these two little videos. I hope I didn't yap for so long that it's literally over an hour long. I hope not, but yeah, again, even if it is, if you made it to this far, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed me yapping and all that and rambling on about stuff. It's a habit of mine. I like talking about stuff like this. So yeah, if you enjoyed, you can leave a like and comment your thoughts about all the new stuff that we have for Raiders. You can comment your thoughts about all the new stuff we have about Raiders, and you can subscribe so you can get notified of my video talking about the direct and all that, and also live stream stuff relating to like the Raiders Splatfest and when Raiders comes out, because I'm going to be streaming Raiders as well. If you definitely want to tune in for all the Raiders stuff that's going to be happening once this game comes out, and also the Splatfest stuff. I got a link to my Twitch in the description, but I also live stream here on YouTube as well. So I live stream on both YouTube and Twitch. Usually starting around 12 to 12:30 p.m. EST, but once Raiders comes out, it'll start a bit later, like an hour or so later, like closer to like 1 to 1:30. So yeah, just tune in on whatever platform you want. If you like watching your streams on YouTube, then use YouTube. If you like watching your stuff on Twitch, then follow me on Twitch and all that, and use that. I definitely would appreciate more Twitch viewers, because it's nice having people to talk to over on Twitch. That's for sure. I also got a server over on Stoat that you guys can join. Stoat is an alternative to Discord that's not perfect, but it's definitely there. It's definitely a pretty good alternative. You get a lot of customizations and stuff, but there's some problems that the developers are working out. They're kind of ironing out some of the kinks about it, like the notification stuff isn't exactly perfect, and they're still trying to get the infrastructure up for screen sharing and stuff like that. So, but if you want to join the Stoat server, link is in the description. And I also got a Blue Sky that you guys can follow as well. Link to that is also in the description. I occasionally post stuff there. I also promote my videos and live streams on Blue Sky, and I also tend to like repost news and other people's like posts as well. Like if I think there's something cool they want you guys to see, then I'll repost it there. And I might also share thoughts on like some live thoughts relating to like when stuff like this drops. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I have to say. Thank you again, everybody, for tuning into this video. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you all have a good rest of your day. Bye bye, everybody.